Can you even afford to eat here? My sister's voice sliced through the velvet hush of the restaurant. The table laughed. My father chuckled into his wine glass. My mother smiled politely, pretending not to notice the sting. And then the waiter appeared. "Welcome back, Miss Trina. Would you like your usual table?" His voice was warm, respectful. My father nearly spat his wine across the table. That was the moment I let them see the truth. I grew up in a house where comparison was oxygen. Grades, clothes, friends, everything was a competition. And I was always measured against her. My sister, the golden one. She was the polished jewel, the daughter my parents paraded in front of relatives. I was the afterthought, quieter, slower to speak, easier to dismiss. When she mocked me, they laughed with her. When she succeeded, they celebrated. When I succeeded, silence. It burned. But I never fought back. Not then. The shift came when I discovered how fragile their illusions really were. It started with my sister's shopping bags, designer labels she couldn't possibly afford on her salary. Then the credit card bills that slipped out of her purse. Debt buried beneath glamour. And my father, the respected businessman? A trail of unpaid loans, shady deals, and desperate phone calls to keep his reputation intact. Their empire was built on smoke. I just had to learn how to control the fire. While they mocked me for struggling, I built quietly. 2 jobs, night classes, investments no one knew about. I lived simply, deliberately. Every insult they threw at me became fuel. And then, one opportunity changed everything. I got an internship at this restaurant. At first, I was clearing tables, invisible. But I listened. I learned. I studied the industry like a puzzle. The owner noticed. When he retired, he didn't sell to the highest bidder. He sold to the one who had been loyal in silence. Me, the girl who couldn't afford to eat here, now owned the place. I didn't brag. I didn't tell them, not yet. Instead, I waited. Because revenge isn't about shouting, it's about timing. When my sister suggested dinner here, of course at my father's expense, I knew the stage was set. She wanted to flaunt, to remind me of my place. So I came, silent, knowing the script was about to flip. She smirked across the table. "Try not to choke when the bill comes." My father laughed. My mother looked away. Same cycle, same cruelty. Until the waiter came. "Welcome back, Miss Trina. Would you like your usual table?" The silence was nuclear. My father froze, wine glass trembling. My sister's smile cracked. I leaned back, calm. "No, this table is fine. My family's comfortable here." That was only the first cut. The deeper wounds came later. Because ownership gives power, and I wielded it like a scalpel. Their credit cards? Blacklisted. Their accounts? Flagged. Their whispered insults, recorded by the very staff they mocked, passed quietly into my hands. My sister's debts? Bought out by me. Every lender she owed now funneled through my name. And when she missed payments, as I knew she would, guess who came knocking? Not a bank. Me. The confrontation wasn't in public, it was in her apartment, dim and cluttered, the shine stripped away. She tried to sneer, but her eyes darted to the eviction notice on the counter. "You planned this," she hissed. I didn't deny it. I just smiled. "You handed me the knife every time you mocked me. I only learned how to use it." Her silence was worth more than any apology. As for my father, his collapse was slower. Contracts dissolved once his reputation cracked. Clients he thought loyal suddenly moved on. And when his name hit the papers tied to fraud and mismanagement, it was my restaurant, the one he once sneered at, that refused his reservation. The man who once laughed at my failures now dines on shame. And my mother? She stays quiet now. Her eyes linger on me at family gatherings, a flicker of something like regret in her gaze. But silence is not forgiveness, and forgiveness is not what I came for. I didn't need to raise my voice. I didn't need to scream that I had won. The waiter did it for me. The contracts did it for me. Their downfall did it for me. So when my father nearly spat out his wine that night, shocked that his forgotten daughter was Miss Trina, I didn't gloat. I simply lifted my glass, calm, steady. "Enjoy dinner," I said. "It's on me." And in that moment, they understood. The family fool had become the one holding the check, the keys, and the power. Revenge doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it smiles. And sometimes it greets you at the door with a waiter's bow. "Welcome back, Miss Trina."